What's up, guys? My name is Don Russo from Freeway Music. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be celebrating spooky season in October by doing the main theme from Beetlejuice. But before we jump in, if you like our channel, please consider subscribing with one of our YouTube memberships or our Patreon in the link below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so this is broken into two parts. We've got the bass section and we've got the lead part. So I'm going to go over the lower bass part first, starting with the intro and the A section. So we're going to start off doing this octave thing. I'm going to be on the A on the 5th fret of the low E string, and I'm going to be doing an octave. So if you don't know what octaves are, the shape for an octave is always 2 frets over by 2 strings up right here. So and I'm going to be doing this little pattern like this to start off with, where I'm going from A to C, or the 5th fret to the 7th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, just back and forth. So do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then I go down to B, and I do an octave there as well. So then I go open low E, 4th fret low E, so E, G sharp. So that part goes. Then we're gonna go B, C, up to E flat on the 11th fret, back to C, so then A, then down to F sharp. This is called the diminished arpeggio, and all we're doing is we're moving in minor thirds. We're moving 3 frets at a time, so just like that. So A, C, E flat, C, A, F sharp, or G flat, A, C. Then we go to B again, and we go open E to G sharp. So let me play that whole thing again. So that's like the whole intro. Let me play it for you, the whole intro from the top. So cool. And then we go into the verse where or I guess the A section. That lead part starts right there. So during that, the bass part is going to be slightly different. We're going to go, it's kind of similar, so it's confusing a little bit because it is so similar. But you're going to go A, C, A, C, A, C, E flat, C. And then the next time you go A, C, A, C, A, C, E, then G sharp. Or you can think of it as 5. And I'm only thinking about the low E string because the octave, I know where it is every time. It's always 2 by 2. You can think 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 11, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 0, 4. So however you want to think about it. Then it goes into the intro part, this part. It's important to note too, there is like a 6/4 measure at the end of that section, so it might feel a little weird if you're playing with a metronome that's accented. Just keep that in mind. And by the way I'm picking it is I'm using my pick and I'm using my middle finger to grab the other note. But you can pick it or just use your fingers if you prefer. Okay. Then the verse, the A section goes again, so we're going to do all of that again. So you just go through this part where you go A, C, A, C, A, C, E flat, C, A, C, A, C, A, C, E, G sharp. And then you go into the intro part again, the A, C, A, C, A, C, B, E, G sharp. Then A, C, E, C, A, F sharp, A, C, B, and then E, G sharp again. So that's basically the intro again. So all together, you do the intro lick, you do the new A section lick to the intro lick, the new A section lick to the intro lick. And it's all in the tabs if you want to look at it. Then it stops right there. The B section is going to be the same for the rhythm and the lead to start off. So I'm going to show you this next section will be the same for the lead and the bass. So I won't repeat this lesson when we get into the lead part. So now we're moving into the B section, starting here. So I'll play a little bit of it first. So all of that is played in unison for both parts. And what I'm doing is, again, just octaves. I'm going A, B, C, D, E, or 5, 7, 8, then 5, 7 on the A string. So, and they're kind of staccato, like, so don't go, but more. And you make them staccato just by letting go of your fingers. Right here, I'm going to go E, F, E flat, or you can think 7, 8, 6. So then I'm going to go 6, 7, 5, or E flat, E, D. So then I go 5, 7, or E, D. This part is just going to go C, B, A, B, C, or 8, 7, 5, 7, 8. Then you come up here, just pick this 10th fret of the D string. You go down, up, down, down. So now here's where the part's kind of split out again. The bass part is going to go C sharp, B, A, B, C sharp. So just like that. Or you can think of it as 9, 7, 5, 7, 9. So I'll go from here. So then we're gonna go 9, 5, 7, 9 on the low E string, 5 to the A string, or you can think of it as C sharp, A, B, C sharp, up to the D there. So. And then we do that again. A, B, C sharp, D. And this will lead into the next section, which was where it goes like this. So let's talk about that. But before that, I'm going to play that whole previous section again. So and then we'll lead right into this section here. Sorry. All right, and let's talk about that little part there. So we're going to be starting on the 5th fret of the A string. This is going to be a D, so I'm going to be going D, A, B flat, G, A, G, F, G, A, F. Now, you can think of that as 5, 5, 6, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5, 1. First 5 being on the A string, and the second one being on the low E string. Then we're going to go up here to the 8th fret of the A string. We're going to go 8, 6, sorry, 10th fret, my bad. 10, 6, 8, 5, 6, 3, 4. And then the 5th for the low E on A, or you can think of it as G, E flat, F, D, E flat, C, D flat, A, right? So all together that's. Then we do this again. But this time we go up to the 5th fret of the D string instead of going, we go there instead. And then we come to the 4th fret on G sharp and we go down to F sharp and E like this. So that's just 4, 2, 0, 2, 4, and again. And then the very end it goes, does this little part here. So we're just going up and down, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 9, 5 on the A string, 7th fret on the A string, then 5, 7, 9 on the low E to the 5th on the A string. So it's like, and then we stop there for like a measure, and then we come in with just a D minor chord here. I'm just basically barring the 5th fret and playing like an A minor shape on the 6th, 7th, and 7th right here. So all together at the end there, I'll go from here. Cool, and that's the bass part. And now we're gonna move into the lead part. Okay, so the lead part starts after the intro goes through once. So the intro will be like a, then it comes in on the one. Now, remember there's a 6/4 measure right before it comes in. So your cue, you're listening for the, when it hits that note is when you want to, on the A there is when you want to start on. So let's look at the first part. So let's just look at that. We're going to be starting off on A, on the high E string on the 5th fret. We're going to go then down to E on the 5th fret of the B string, then F. Then back to E on the 5th fret, then F on the 6th fret, to E flat on the 4th fret. So back to E on the 5th fret of the B string, then we go down to the 7th fret of the D for this A here, then up to C on the 5th fret of the G string. So 4th on the B, 4th on the G, 7th on the G. So let's, then you come up with this part here. It's pretty fast. So it's pretty quick. Let's slow it down for you. So let's go through that whole section there. So this is going to be on the 14th fret of the G string. We're going to go 14, 13, 14, then 12 on the B, 13, 15, 13, 12. So it's hard to pick fast. So when I do it, I try to do it by the bridge down here because there's a little bit more tension. And I'm choking up on my pick so that I have it between my thumb and index on the side of my index finger. And I have my hand kind of back here and just using my wrist, you know. Anyway, it's hard to do fast, but you can start off just going slow like this. And just build it up into speed. So you do that 3 times. Then you go here to the B string, and you go 12, 11, 12. Then the 9th fret of the G string, 9, 8, 9. So yeah, it's just hard to get that really clean right there. Then we're gonna go, I'm gonna slide, if you hear my ring there, sorry about that. We're gonna be on the 17th fret of the B and E. So if you're married, you might hit your guitar while you do this part. Then we're gonna, that's just the 17th fret of the B and E. I'm just sliding into that. This will be the 13th and 14th fret of the B and the high E. Just going back and forth to the 12th and 13th fret like this. So, and then we got, that's the 12th fret of the high E, 13th fret of the B. So all together. Then it's back to this. And this part. And then this. Then there's a little break here. And then it goes into that B section that but we've already talked about that. That's going to be the exact same as earlier. Here's where it breaks off right here. Cool, so let's give this a little lick. Sorry. We'll kind of let's just do this lick here first. Let's do that lick first. So, so starting from here, it's just going to be the 8th fret of the B string. It's going to go 8, 6, 5, 6, 8, just like that. And it holds that for just a moment, for like a quarter note. Then we go 8, 6 on the B string. Then we go 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, 5 on the, this is on the high E string up here. Then we go 8, 9 on the high E string. So this is going to lead into this next part, this octave part here. Let me play it. Sorry. So let's go over that part together. These are going to be octaves as well. If you've never played octaves on the higher strings, it's not going to be 2 frets higher. It's going to be 3 because of the B string, the goofy B string change and everything. So we're going to go from the 7th fret of the G string. I'm just going to call it the fret. So I'm going to go 7, 7, 8, 10. So that's 7 on the G, 7 on the D, 7 on the D, and then 10 on the A. Again, I'm not calling out the octave, just just playing with octaves here. Then I'm going to go 12, 10, 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 6, 8, 5, 4, 3, sorry, 6, 3, 4, 7 on the D. So that's this. Then it does it again. And just like the bass line went up, this goes up to the 12th fret of the D string. So, and then we go down a half step and we do the same move from 11. So 11, 9, 7, 9, 11. Then you pick the B and the high E string. So I also should have mentioned I'm using downstrokes the whole time. For the most part, just for the tone of the octave. And then it does that twice. Then we come up here to the D string. I'm going to go 7, 9, 11, then 7, 9, 8 on the G string. So then the 8th fret of the B string down to the 9th fret of the D string. Then we go 7, 9, 11 again on the D string. So then we go 7, 9 on the G string. Then we go 7, 9, 11 again on the D string. Then we end on the 7th fret of the G string. So altogether that's... And then a D minor chord. And that's the whole riff. All right, that was the main theme from Beetlejuice. If you liked this Beetlejuice lesson, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships, all that, so that you can have more videos like this Beetlejuice video. I think I just said Beetlejuice 3 times. Oh, see you in the next video.